Hello, and thank you for trusting me to read for you. Today I'm going to be reading layout number 21, which is called Sex with Your Soulmate / Twin Flame. There are 5 questions on this, and then we're going to do 3 bonus questions. So what I'm going to do right now is set aside the bonus deck. These have already been shuffled because I like to have them prepared when we get started. But I'm going to just kind of go with each deck and say what the question is. So the first one is the energy of the sex connection. This is kind of what both of you are looking for. Question number 2, do they think about sex with you? We're going to kind of move these up a little bit more so we have room. Do they think about sex with you? Ooh. Okay. Number 3, will they initiate? Then we have the tarot cards, and these are just giving clarity. So they don't really have a question that they're answering. They're just kind of appearing and giving some information. Now, these are from a deck that I designed, so there are also spaces on here that are going to answer yes or no. So if you want to think of 2 of your own yes or no questions, different from the ones that are here in the reading, you'll be able to get an answer to those questions with these cards. So if you want to pause the video or think of them while the reading is happening. So the energy of the sex connection right now is showing as hugs. It says give your person a big hug. Don't let them go until the hug is finished. So one of the things that I feel is that this is going to be a kind romantic energy. I do feel that it's going to be the kind of sexual relationship where both people are comfortable, where they're communicating, where they're talking about what they need. I do feel that that's something that you're going to need to work on. I'm feeling a little bit of pressure in my throat chakra, which is when I'm tapping into energy, I'm feeling kind of what's coming from your energy. So I feel that you're not always talking about what you need, and sometimes you feel oh, I'm being clingy, but that's the energy between the 2 of you. You guys both want that. So card number 2, do they think about sex with you? It's showing as yes. It's also showing as communication. I do feel that this is something where the 2 of you are going to have more conversations about this down the line. I do feel that there is some hesitation. I feel that both of you kind of want things, and this person does think about sex with you, but there's almost something holding them back, that they think about you, but I feel they're not coming forward. It's very interesting. I feel that's kind of what you're wanting to know. Are we going to have that sexual energy? So then card number 3, will they initiate it? Okay, so here it's showing no. It's showing mental bondage. So I do feel that there is something stopping this sexual connection, but I feel that it's on the part of the other person. I feel that they are kind of dealing with their sexuality. And when I say dealing with their sexuality, I don't mean that in what, am I gay? Am I straight? It's more I feel that they've had relationships in the past and the person was very derogatory and tore them down and was not a very good positive influence in their life. So I feel that has done some damage to the way that this person perceives sexuality and themselves sexually. I feel that's where this communication is coming in as well. If they're in this mental bondage, the only way we can really get out of that mental bondage is through having conversations and seeing our way through it. So then this tarot card, you can either pause it and think of your yes or no question, or you can ask it when you see the card. But the clarity that's coming in, we're looking at the top half because that's what's showing us, is the reverse Ace of Swords. So this, wow, do you see this? Mental conflict, mental bondage. I hope you can see that because it's kind of small. Mental conflict. This is a real issue that's going on. And then the answer to your yes or no question is no, because jealousy is stopping it. And that may be some of that mental bondage. Jealousy might be something that they're working with. So then the second card here, this is going to give us more insight. I feel like you want to see what's on the rest of the card, so I'm just going to hold this up like this. There may be other pieces of information that you see that kind of resonate with you. Okay. And then, so that's kind of, I feel like your guides are like mental clarity, mental conflict, mental bondage. Like there's some reasons that this person is not, jumping in. So then the second card is showing as the upright 7 of Cups. So it's also showing as having too many choices and also not having control. But I think it's very and also the answer to your second yes or no question is showing as yes. It's showing it as put in the work. So I do, when I see this putting in the work, I feel like this matches back to the communication. I also think it's interesting because the tarot cards have timing on them, and you're looking at months and days are the timing that is on there. These cards are really cool because they also have like descriptions of the person that you're dealing with, and this person's being truthful with you. I do feel like this person just doesn't have the control of themselves right now that they're needing to be in a healthy sexual relationship. And I feel that you kind of know some of these things, and I definitely feel that when we're talking about communication, it also has to do with like what you need, what you'll put up with and endure were the two words that I heard. Like this is a lot of mental bondage. I do feel that this person was in an abusive like relationship in the past. Even if they haven't talked about it, it might be something that they're not ready to talk about, but that's the only way that things are going to move forward. So you'll want to kind of like be aware and open for them having conversations with you. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll do the bonus cards. There are 3 bonus cards, and I'm going to have these bonus cards actually be about you. So this is where the positive sex affirmations come in. I feel that we all have, our own things that we're kind of like dealing with sexually. And then, I just felt like kind of guided to pull a positive sex affirmation for the other person so you can kind of see what maybe they're dealing with, because these talk about like healing sexual things. So this is for the other person. So let's do your 3. So first of all, an affirmation that you need to remember when it comes to sexuality is I'm a free sexual being. To me, this energy is kind of like, being a hippie and going to Woodstock and like having a fun time. You can have a safe time and a fun time. And I feel that you are a free sexual being. And I think that also might be a little bit of why they're kind of feeling intimidated, because you are self-assured, and I don't sense that they have that. So then card number 2, I seek sexual understanding and connection to myself. So I think this is very interesting. A lot of times, I see people trying to connect sexually with the other person. And one of the beautiful parts about connecting to yourself sexually is that you can communicate, which, we saw that in the first part of the reading. You can communicate with the other person what you need and want. And I feel that you have a really good connection with yourself. And I feel that this person is actually learning from you as well as you, they see you being free sexual, and they don't feel that way right now because we saw the bondage that they're feeling. So in some ways, I feel that they're learning from you as well. And I feel that that's why it's so important for you to speak when you feel the need to. Like, don't be worried about, because I feel like you're a very kind person. So don't worry about your words like hurting the other person when you're being kind and truthful, because they may get their feelings hurt, but I feel that you would only really say things to people that they like needed to hear. So then card number 3, I am allowed to come as often as I want. I feel that this is important because I feel that you often take priority with the other person. You want to make sure that they're satisfied. Satisfaction for both parties is like super important. So yes, we really do want that, of course. But I feel that you need to make sure that you are feeling sexually satisfied. I feel that this situation with this person, because they do have that bondage and that mental distraction, they may not find a way to satisfy you sexually the way that you need. So then for this person, there says, I trust my body. Wow. I trust my body. I set boundaries and only do things with my body that I enjoy. I do feel that this person had an abusive connection. I don't feel that sexual activity was always like comfortable and exciting and happy for them. So I do feel that there's going to be some definite work that needs to happen with communication, but I feel that anything is possible with this person, because the main thing that you're both looking for, like sexually, is that connection, and that's going to feel safe. So even just being willing to say, hey, you know what? Mentally, you don't have to say it to the person, I don't really know where you are right now, but I know that I care about you, and where we end up in the future is going to be great. And then make sure you're taking care of yourself as well. All right. Well, thank you so much for trusting me to read for you, and I look forward to reading for you again.